Greetings from Scouse Farm in my own little manor of Huyton, where I live now. And I'm here to pick up, bizarrely for some reason Tesco, they usually deliver, but today they sent an email to say there's been not an incident, there's been something happen in store and we can't deliver your food. So I think they might have had the cyber attack or something like that, but anyway, I'm not getting fed today, so I had to leave the nest. And I thought, you know what, while I'm coming out round Huyton, I'll just have a little video, because I remember watching my mate Adikia Media, who done a video walking through here, because he lives in this way as well. But I've walked through here loads of times, and I've walked past this statue and I never knew who it was or anything, and then I just realised it's Harold Wilson, the old Prime Minister, who was an MP for this manor back in the day. And there's a bit of a plaque if you are walking through Huyton, you want to read up a bit more. And I have also noticed that, just like some of my recent videos in town, it's by Tom Murphy. So this was sculpted by the fella who put the Billy Fury statue in town where I filmed recently, and also the Blitz Memorial in the Mariners Church, St Nicholas Church on St George's Dock. And I had a little look around the back as well, and you can see, because it didn't say on the plaque, but my little eagle eye has found the inscription there, Harold Wilson, by Tom Murphy, and I think that's 2006 at the end. So that's when it was put here, or at least that's when he sculpted it. So let's have a little walk through Huyton. And this used to be just a normal street with lovely houses left and right, but it was pedestrianised in the 60s, so cars could no longer come up apart from like the council trucks to clean it and things. And I always said, like, why is there no restaurants in Huyton? There was literally no restaurants, and then all of a sudden they started redeveloping this little walkway, and you can see there we've got Bella La Vita next to a Paddy Power betting shop, and then another restaurant there, and then another one there, one on this side, this wine and tapas bar. And from having no restaurants, Huyton has suddenly got many restaurants. I think it was aimed at getting the nighttime economy going. I'm not too sure how popular or how frequented they are, but there are enough restaurants now for anyone who lives local to come and have something to eat. And then a little bit further down as well, we've got a pub. So there's a pub in here, and then over that side, although I have filmed some of the older parts of Huyton before, around St Michael's Church and beyond, this is all what I would call modern. So this is quite, I don't know, it's not pretty to look at, but everything you need is here. And I prefer the old architecture, as those who watch the channel will know, but you know, like things like this, just I just find them disgusting to look at. Look at that. What is that? What is the point? There's just no beauty, no thought, nothing gone into it. It's just utilitarian and disgusting to look at. But you know, that's what happened in the 60s. I think it was the 60s. I've not researched when all this was put together, and I can't quite remember what I said on the last video, because I just do what I can on the research, film the video, and then I'm on to the next one. So I can't remember half the things I say most of the time anyway. But we've got all of the things you expect to see in a modern shopping district: pawnbrokers, charity shops, that coffee house. I think that's done quite well, because it forced the Costa coffee or whatever it was on the end. It was either a Costa or a Starbucks that was down the end, but that closed. And I think this coffee house has got something to do with that, because it was so popular, which is great. If it is an independent shop, I don't know if it is or if it's a chain, but it got rid of people going into Costa because they all moved up to that one, which is nice. And then, as always, there's always a Greggs. They seem to be proliferating and spreading throughout the country, so sausage rolls must be popular. And if you want to get some of the cheap stuff, we've got our own Home and Bargain. Whatever this is, I don't know. This is just some pop-up stuff. I don't know if this is here all the time. I hardly come around here, but We've got some pet supplies, that's what that is. So if you want to buy some stuff for your doggies and your cats, that's where you go. So that looks quite nice. And some more pop-up shops there. It's the 1st of November today while I'm filming this, but that means it was Halloween yesterday, but there's still a few shops with decorations up and Halloween stuff. Yeah, I didn't know they had little pop-up shops here at the weekend. I don't know if they're here all the time because I walk through sometimes during the week, but I've not seen any before. And in the background you've got the church there, that's where I started the last video. I'll just zoom in now. And as you can see the difference in the old architecture to the new, there's a lot of terraced houses down there that are still like from the 1800s and things, so it's quite good to look at. And this bit is what I find a little bit disappointing, is that when you walk under here, there used to be all of these shops operating, but now most of them are boarded up. And even in this corner here, this was the charity shop I used to go to, and this charity shop is even closed. And I think they said it was something to do with the landlord, who's I believe it's the council, I'm not sure, who owned the block, that they raised the rates or something. And I didn't think charity shops paid rates, but maybe there was something to do with I don't know, some sort of fee levied on them which they couldn't afford to pay. But you just look, I mean, this is Saturday, what are we now, just after 12 o'clock, and most of these shops in this little square are shuttered. Nothing's happening. We've got a tanning salon there, which is just, well, it's not really a shop, is it? It's just somewhere to go if you want to lie on a sunbed for a bit. And a furniture shop, a bank, and that's it. So I don't know why, but if you are looking to set up a business and you want some high footfall, then there seem to be quite a few empty units here that are up for rent. I don't know why. We're in Huyton, but that's called Kirby Blinds, which is a bit unusual. And that'll do for this one. And then through there, you just walk out, you're out by the police station, and then you go left towards Asda. That's the main supermarket for the area. And I'm just gonna walk you back up and out, show you the last bit, and then I'm off into Bexley's Butchers to get something to eat, because as I mentioned, my shopping isn't coming today. And I've been to Farm Shop to get my actual meat, but I want something that's already cooked. So in Bexley's they do cooked food as well, so you can get like a cooked chicken and some shumais, which I love, and they do little meal deals, and it's usually packed. There's the pub I mentioned there, Paddy McBride. So there's also a pub if you want to stop off for a pint when you're doing your shopping. Little casino there, not exactly Las Vegas, but you can certainly gamble in there. Couple of smashed windows on the milkshake shop. Milkshake. And that's where I'm going. So I'll be going in there to get me chicken, and as you can see, it's quite busy. I'll just walk you up here first. And this bit here, just over the top of those kids' heads there, that was the Costa coffee or whatever it was. And yeah, it got smoked out by that coffee shop down there, which is good to see, as I'm not a fan of monopolies and chains like Starbucks and things like that, where they're just in every single city taking over, driving out all independent business. And this, unfortunately, this has been empty for a long time, and I think this was a B&M or something, but it was one of them discount stores, and that's been just left vacant for a long time. So this is quite disappointing that such a high footfall area has a lot of empty space which could be getting used, and I'm sure there's a reason for it, and it's probably financial, that it's difficult or expensive to rent units here. But you know, it seems that councils and governments are quite happy to see the high street disappear completely, when they could just very well lower the rents, make it easier for people to set up businesses and give them a little bit of a helping hand to get them off the starting line and get people into an area where they can have a lot of selection instead of going straight into places like that, which is Asda, and being a captive audience just for a supermarket at the expense of independent businesses. But that's Huyton. I'm off to get me little bit of food now. I know, shouldn't not mention the Wetherspoon, but we've got a Wetherspoon as well, which is good because that's excellent value. So if you don't want to go in the cafes and whatever else in the supermarkets, get yourself over there, get some cheap ale and a little burger and chips or something. Right, that, my friends, is the Huyton Shopping Centre. So thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and Scouse Farm, we'll see you all again soon.